welcome to the course preview for the RunThrough Trails Lulworth Cove event happening on the 1st of March. This is the first time we're ever holding this event down at Lulworth Cove. We've got a 53k, 27k and a 10k, all on the stunning trails along the Jurassic Coast, past the world famous Door Arch, loads of amazing terrain, really challenging courses, and it'll be our first Summit Series event of 2025. So stay tuned to learn a bit about the course so we can get you prepped for race day. Okay, so let's jump straight into the 53k course preview. So all the races are going to start from the event village in Wareham. Runners are going to head west out inland on the 50k route on some double track farm tracks and a little bit of tarmac road as well, so nice and runnable rolling first few kilometres. You're going to hit the first aid station after joining the southwest coast path, and that first aid station comes in at about 10.6 kilometres into the race. That's located at Ringstead. As always, our aid stations are going to be fully stocked with fruit and brownies, biscuits. We'll have vegan, vegetarian options. There's also going to be some gels provided by Science in Sport and plenty of hydration in the form of Coke, water and electrolyte mixes for all the runners. After passing through the first aid station at Ringstead, you're going to be heading across to the West Lulworth aid station. This one comes about 9 kilometres later at 19.2k into the race and is located just beyond the Door Arch near Lulworth Cove. After leaving aid station 2, runners are going to continue east along the coastal path into the Kimmeridge aid station, which is aid station number 3. This one's located at just past 31 kilometres and is the last point on the coast before you're going to turn north and head back inland. After leaving aid station 3, you've got a decent climb up over a ridge before you regain the trail inland, which is more of like a runnable double track, and head back west towards the 4th aid station at Whiteway. The Whiteway aid station is located at just before 41 kilometres, so just under a marathon distance. Again, perfect opportunity to restock, and you've got just over 10k left to the finish. We did decide to add in a second visit into the West Lulworth aid station, so we're classing this one as aid station 5, but it does come just a mile or two before the finish line. So if you need to desperately top up on any fluids or food towards the end of the race, or you're beginning to bonk a little bit, that's a good opportunity. But if you're not needing that, you can just power straight through all the way back to the finish in Wareham. So onto the 27k route. Runners are going to be leaving the event village in the exact same direction as the 50k. They're heading west inland on those double track paths. In total across the 27k course, there's just over 1,000 meters of elevation, and it comes much in the same way that it does on the 53k. So lots of steep rollers along that coastal path. So definitely save a little bit in the legs and don't get caught out by those. The 27k runners then going to continue in an east direction along the coastal path, past Door, Lulworth Cove, and into the West Lulworth aid station, which will be their second aid station, located at 19.2 kilometres. After leaving the second aid station, they're going to do a short loop and cut back earlier than the 53k runners back into that West Lulworth aid station, which they're going to hit for the second time at just under 26k. Obviously that's quite close to the finish, you may or may not need that, so there are 3 aid stations in total on the 27k route, but a lot of you might only use the 2. After passing West Lulworth aid station for the second time, you've got a short 2 to 3 kilometres into the finish, with a bit of a climb up into the finish, across the road and into the event village, across the line. For those of you taking part in the 10k race, there's about 380 metres of elevation gain throughout the entire course. Nice fast runnable course this one. So heading out west the same as the 27 and 53k runners, but dropping south near to Ringstead Bay back onto the coastal path a little bit sooner before traversing back above the beautiful Door, back around to Lulworth Cove and taking a sharp left heading back up north into the finish. a significant amount of the climbing in the 10k route comes towards the end of the race. So for those of you pushing on at the front, make sure to save a little bit in your legs for that last push. But again, nice runnable course, lots of single track, and there will not be an aid station on the 10k route, but we will have, as we always do, our large finish line aid station back in the event village so you can top up and refuel after the race before going and getting yourself a drink and something to eat. This is a really unique event for us here at RunThrough Trails. The Lulworth Cove area, especially this whole section of the Jurassic Coast, is a World Heritage Site. Durdle Door, obviously massively well-known landmark, and the entire area is just absolutely stunning, from the high chalk cliffs all the way along the coast into the downland bridleways. It really is spectacular running, and if we get a clear day, the views are absolutely iconic. As always, we'll have medics on course at the aid stations. Our experienced event team will be on hand to answer any of your questions, and for those of you in the 53k, as always at RunThrough Trail events, you'll be provided with GPS trackers so that we can track your progress from a safety point of view, but also any of your family and friends or spectators supporting you and cheering you on from home can follow your progress and keep an eye on how you're going. Alright, so hopefully now you're feeling a bit more prepared ahead of our event on the 1st of March. Whether you're running the 53k, 27k or the 10k, we guarantee you're going to have an amazing time. The team, as always, have put loads of time and effort into getting everything prepped and perfect, and we're just so excited to kick off the 2025 season. So if you're entered, obviously now you should have a bit of information, and we'll see you there on race day. If you've not entered yet and you're watching this video, head on over to runthroughtrails.com, get entered to one of the events and check out all the other amazing events we've got in the UK and over in Europe this year, and we'll see you very soon.